Good morning. I hope y'all are having a good day so far today. I wanted to come in and make a quick video and show you guys my plan for you in Schoology for today. So in Schoology today, click on the unit we're in now, click on the Waves unit, and then go down to today's date, Thursday, January 20th. Today you're going to do a PhET wave simulation on a string and watch a Bill Nye video. So let me click on that folder. There are only two things in there. I am going to upload this video and it will be included when I get it published and put it in there as well. But the first thing, PhET waves on a string. If you click on that, this is page 12 in your unit packet. This says, take a picture of your completed page 12 and upload it to this assignment. So you're going to go right here and click on this picture for the link to do this. Okay, and it'll take you to something that looks very similar to this. Okay, so let me go back to our classroom, and the instructions on your paper in your packet, it says, go to this website. So that's the website that I just opened, and the instructions are set the left side to oscillate and the right side to no end. And so when I go back to this website, I'm going to click right here for oscillate, and I'm going to click over here on the right side, no end, and it should look very similar to this. Okay, so the next instructions on this paper says, fill in the data table by observing the PhET simulation to determine the relationship between frequency and wavelength. Okay, so now you've got the set of frequencies listed here, and you're going to be entering these numbers in as your data value. So let's start with the very first one up here, 1 hertz. So I'm going to go right here, and for my frequency, right now it's set on 1.5. I'm going to slide it down to where it's like 1.0. I think you can, let's see, you can use these arrows, or you can slide this bar. So now I have it at a frequency of 1 hertz, and when I do that, on this chart, it wants you to record the value for the wavelength. So if I go back over here, let's see, let's freeze it, okay, freeze it, and we have to do a ruler, okay, and we have to measure a wavelength, okay. So a wavelength, let me change the amplitude just a little bit. I'm going to change the amplitude to like 80. Let me play it real quick. And then I'm going to try to freeze it. And I want to freeze it to where I get a whole wave. Okay. Now then, remember, when you're measuring, you want to have a reference line up here, and you want to have your ruler. Click on your ruler. So when you measure the wavelength, you're going to use your ruler, and you're going to go from a crest to a crest, or a trough to a trough. Actually, let me bump the amplitude up to 1. Maybe I'll make it easier to measure a wavelength for that, a higher amplitude. And I'm going to freeze it. Okay, now then, notice I have a crest here, and it goes through a whole wavelength, and then here's another crest over here. So it starts at over here, and it goes all the way through over here, and this is in, notice the units is in centimeters. So the wavelength of this wave would be, I would say 6.2, or about 6.2, or you could say 6.4. Let me make sure that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. So this is 6.2. I would say it's 6.2. So right here where the frequency is at 1 hertz, the wavelength is 6.2. Now then, you do the same for 1.5 hertz. So go back and right here where it says 1, bump it up to 1.25. Okay, it's very important you leave the amplitude. Whatever you start as your amplitude, leave the amplitude the same. Okay, never change the amplitude once you start making your measurements. So now I'm going to let it go for a minute, and I'm going to try to freeze it to where I have a crest. I can measure 2 crests again. Okay, so notice I have a crest here and a crest here. And so it starts at 1 and it goes to 6. And so I'm not counting at starting at 0. So the distance would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters. Okay, so for at this same amplitude, a frequency of 1.25 would go from, you would put 5 centimeters here. So the first one was like 6.2, then 5, and then you do that successively all the way down, and you should have a pattern. Okay, see how this number successively gets higher? Let's see what the wavelength, it should consistently do the same thing, whether it gets consistently higher or consistently lower. Then down here on number 3, it says, what can you say about the relationship between the frequency and the wavelength? So whenever you write this sentence for the relationship, you need to say as the frequency increases, because notice the number is going from 1 up to 3 hertz. So you want to say as the frequency increases, what is your wavelength doing? And that should be what your statement is. Is your answer different than before on number 5 of the previous page? So on number 5 of the previous page, we didn't do that lab, so don't answer that part of the question. Just state what your relationship is here. If you have any questions on that, send me a message in Schoology. The second thing in our folder today is a video, a Bill Nye video about waves, and this is for bonus points. So, if you go into this assignment, click on that, there's a link to the Bill Nye video. It's about 30 minutes. This says, watch the Bill Nye episode on waves from the link below. On your own paper, list 10 interesting facts about waves that you learned from the video. Take a picture of your list and submit it here for your 10 bonus points. So I'm going to give you a bonus point for every fact. Now this can't just be like lame, anyways, I need these to be valid sentences, valid facts from the video. I'm not going to just, anyways, if they're good sentences and good facts, then I will give you 10 bonus points to apply to assignments through this 9 weeks. If you have any questions on that, send me a message and I'll be happy to answer them. Let me go back to the PhET waves on a string. Whenever you finish the PhET assignment on your page 12 in your packet, make sure you just take a picture of it and submit it here and turn it in here for your points for today. I hope y'all are doing well and healthy, and if you have any questions about today's assignment, just send me a message and I'll be happy to help you. I hope y'all have a good day.